everyone, welcome back. It's Angela and here today to share with you a quick little project because we're coming to the end of the Christmas journal, pretty much almost there. I've probably got one more tutorial to do just on bits and pieces, but I wanted to share with you what I was going to do with my tea stain pages that I folded that are in here. Which were part of the signatures that we put together. All right, so I have done one here. So it would be this tea stain page here. So if I take that out, you can see it's what we did over there. All right, so I'm going to just put this bit of my signature over there and just show you. So this is a tea stain page. We folded this when we put our signatures together. And this is my collaboration piece that I did for the Rachel and Bella Christmas collaboration, if you wanted to know, with the fabric flip. So that was my contribution for that. Now I have stuck that onto this one side of the tea stain page. All right, so what I did was, if you're not sure, I folded over a flap that was 2.5 inches wide. All right, and then on this side I folded, what was that, obviously this is an A4, guys, so 4 3/4 of an inch, and then I left whatever was over there. All right, so you might want to do the 2.5 inches if you've got a US letter size, and then leave whatever remains over here, you know, adjusted accordingly. And then that's going to be a little piece over there. So as long as you've got this bit there, the rest will sort of work out. All right, so that's what I did. So on the side I stuck in that little project that I made. So if you haven't seen that, go and have a look. It is all in the playlist for this journal project. All right, so that was great. Oops, that's got to go underneath there. And then I've just stenciled Merry Christmas, and on that side this flips up. So it's got a stencil, one of my Christmas stencils, and I've tucked that in there. So it's got a flip up bit. Then on this side I have created from a scrap with the little girls, which I've used in quite a few pieces here. So if I just see it on this paper here. It's this piece of paper. All right, so I used that. I've used this bit and all the rest of the bits for other bits here. So that's what it was. Made a little pocket. This is just the gold background paper. All right, added a fussy cut, a bit of lace, and made a card from a piece of background paper. This is background paper, just to fit in there. All right, so that's what I've done. Then I have taken, this is a mini page. All right, so I've used the other half of it over here. So while I'm I think it's this way because of where the stitching is. So it's like that. It's a mini page. I've cut them to be 4 inches wide. All right, so I've trimmed them this way, not that way. Excuse me. I've just stuck on a piece of fabric there with a little bit of lace and a little bit of trim and a tab and stitched around it. All right, it's backed onto card. All right, so I'm going to put that in there. So that gives it some nice glitz. Then over here I've got a tuck spot, which is the other side of an envelope, which I've made with a template, which I'll show you. So I've just made a little tuck spot here with scrappy bits. I've used my stamps. So these are, let me grab them. Right, so these are these stamps that I showed you. Stampers Anonymous. They are called Mini Swirly Snowflakes, CMS 320. You can find all of this on my Amazon favorites list. So that's what I did. I've just put them into a plastic A5 sleeve. So that's there, and I've used the 3 distress inks that I shared with you. I made this and just put in a card over there like that. That's just a little fussy cut and a bit of trim. All right, and then the rest of my signature ends up in there. And it's really chunky already. So that goes in there like that. And then on this side, I've made a little envelope, which we're going to make. I've used the page with the windows and the tree with the children. All right, so just put some stamps and some stenciling on over there and add a little strip. And the other side of the envelope has gone round the corner, and I'll show you how I do that. And then I have just taken the other side of that paper that I shared with you to show you this is the Christmas tree from this paper here. All right, and that's what I've done. So yeah, love how that's turned out. So yeah, it's really effective, nice and flat, which is what I'm going for, believe it or not. So I'm going to put that aside over there, and we are going to do the same for the other one, slightly different of course, but so that you know how to make it. So again, I've got another one of these over here, all right, and that is going to go on here. So I'm going to put that one in there. This is the tea stand paper that I was talking about, so I'm just going to turn this like this so I know where it's got to go. We will move that right out of the way, and we will revert back to this. Okay, so you can see I first folded it at the wrong place, but it is 2.5 inches across there, about 6.3 centimeters. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exact, of course, but that's what I've done. And then, like I explained to you, I have gone 4 3/4 inches and folded my next piece. So you might want to go 4.5 for US and make this side slightly less. It's up to you. All right, but just have a look how I'm going, and then you'll be able to see. Now I'll stick this on in a minute. So this is the other one of I made 2 of these, and as I say, this was my contribution for Rachel's Christmas collab. All right, so we want to start by doing a couple of bits over here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is the easy bit, and that's this bit right here. So what I did was, and I'm working away the scraps, so I've taken a piece of paper that's slightly narrower just so that it can fit on here. I've trimmed ever so little bit off the top there, like less than an 1/8 of an inch, just so that it fits on, and we're going to stick that down on there. All right, so I'm going to take that off for the minute, and we're going to add some bits and pieces to this. So the first thing I did was, using the scraps, one of the pages I fussy cut this out of, and I don't have it anymore because it was a scrap, but just so that you get the gist of what I'm doing. It's sort of like these bits at the top there. All right, so I had one and I thought, okay, I'm going to use that and I'm going to put it at the top there. So I'm going to grab my glue and do that. So that's the first thing. Yeah, I love using all the scraps when it comes to the end. I like the challenge of having a couple of things and thinking, what can I do with them? So this sort of thing I tend to leave till the end when I've got loads of scraps, and I'm trying to work them away. The other thing I like to do, which I've done before many times, so I won't do it again, is making the little page edge decorative strips from all the scraps as well. So that's another thing I like to do. I find it quite therapeutic, really. Right, so we're going to just stick that onto the top there, like that. I really think that's cute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take another little scrap. This one is just 3 inches high, right, 7.5 centimeters. It's slightly narrower than this piece over here, like that, yeah. And we're going to stick that down, but I'm going to put like a little notch in there. So I'm just grabbing my, and either draw your centers bit or don't, but I just need to find the middle because it's a narrow piece. You can't necessarily see where the middle is, so that you centralize that. So yeah, just a little bit like that. Okay, just like a little notch. Okay, now I did stitch the other one. I'm not going to stitch this one. I like to stitch these actually because especially when it's a very fine border for gluing, so that I get the maximum space. All right, that was Amazon. Right, so I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac, and I want to stick that on there. And I've got Father Christmas, so we'll get him on as well. Ooh, I ran up and down the stairs. Okay, so that's what we have got there, and that's Abby running in. Okay, now on this side, before I stick that on there, I am going to do some stenciling and things. So I've got all my Christmas stencils stuck in here. I think with this one I'm going to use the music one. That's the one I used on the last one. These three came in a smaller pack with a third one. Trying to find where it is. I'm sure it was a little lacy one. So I'm going to use that one this time, and I think this is going to go on here. So I think I'm going to put on some green. So I'll just grab this one, Rustic Wilderness, and we will just do some light daubing there. And I'm not going to do it too hard. I'm just going to get it on the corners really. So there, and then here's the fold line, a little bit on here. And you could put those in different colors as well. Right, so there we go. Easily done. Let's put that there. Okay. Right, so we've got that there. Now, with the other one, I stuck the flap like that. This one, I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to stick it over. That's why I've waited, so that I can put that over this flap. So let's give that a try. Right, so what we want to do is we want to get that over the edge like that. Find it where you want to sort of have it placed. So it's going to be like this. Turn it over and then get your glue on there. Okay, and then make sure you press it to the edge. All right, so there we go. Right, so that's still a flip up, and everything that you want is over there. And then I want to turn that over, and we can now stick this over that bit there. Right, see where I'm going with it. Right, so we'll get our glue on. I don't know why I've got this glue, but it's all right. I want to use it up from this bottle. It wasn't the best bottle to use for this. I thought it would be, but I prefer the normal bottle that it comes in. There we go. And then you want to just stick that down, so right there like that. The good thing about the Fabri-Tac is it just gives you that little few moments just to sort of find where you need it to be. Oh, that was a lot of glue on my fingers. Let's wipe it off. Right, now you can actually hold that nice and straight like that. While we've got it like this, I want to just take my bone folder, loosen the little pocket there, because we do want to get that over. And then also just glue this down because we finished with that. So a decent amount of glue there and here, so that it's going to be a tuck spot. There we go. And we can close that up as well. There. All right. So far, so good. Okay, right. Now I do have a little tag to go in there, which is at the top here. So I took the little bit of the tree, that's where the girls are standing, and that's where the other side of that lamppost and everything is. So don't want my hair in there. So we want to just tuck that in there like that. So I didn't put a ribbon on it. I'm quite happy with the way it looks just as it is. So there we go. And then the bit that goes in there is this bit here. All right, so just added that tag, those little snippety bits, and I'm going to put that on just like that. Okay, so we are now going to decorate this side, and before I go and make the envelope bit, I thought we'd stamp here so that we finished with all the ink and it can dry nicely. Okay, so let's start with the stenciling because that'll be the driest bit. So the stenciling will go on the back here. And then I wanted to just, this is lumberjack plaid. My daughter kindly put all the names on for my little storage box there. So I'm going to go with Christmas like that. Christmas. I'll put Christmas up here. And you can always lift it if you're not sure. You know, I'm quite happy with that. So there we go. And then over here, I'm going to put Mary. I'm going to do that in green. I'm going to just hold it there like that. And try and get my fingers in there for the green. There we go. That's all right. And then maybe 25. So let's just get a little bit more green. Right, so that one's all done. And then on this side, we're going to do a bit of stamping. So I'm going to use the red, the green, and the goldy colour is called Rusty Hinge. Okay, so those are the colours that we're going to go with for this. Right, so I'm going to use the same snowflakes. I quite like how those turned out. So we'll go with this one first of all. So we'll go with green. Oops. Right, so I just do this. I mean, my level of understanding is of how stamps and inks work is limited, guys. I'll tell you that right now. It's trial and error with me. Right, so there we go. And then I'm going to do one of those at the top. I quite like that. And these turn out, these work out well. I don't want to have piles of different inks and whatever for different things because it's predominantly not what I do, and this seems to work well for all my uses, so it's cost effective that way, isn't it? Obviously, if you're a mixed media person, you probably have a load more than what I use, but I just go with you know, it's multi-purpose. That's it. For me, this is multi-purpose. Right, so let's go with this over here. This is the red lumberjack. Love this red. It's like a deep red, not a post office box red. Okay, there we go. I do love these. Right, and then last one will be the Rusty Hinge, and I'm going for smaller ones, as you can see. There's this one here, full of ink, but that's okay. If you want to have fun, you're going to get dirty. That's how it is. Isn't that right? Right, so we'll go with this one just over here. And it just adds that something, I think. Okay, so we've got the 3 beautiful colours there. All right, guys, that's our stamping done. I need to wash these, so I'm going to just not bother. I like to wipe them with the baby wipes. Right, so that's going to dry, and that's ready to go. So we'll put that on the top there, and then we're going to start off with the little envelope. So I used, this is me tracing my exciting envelope templates onto card. So this is envelope number 1 or A, okay, and that's what I used. The only thing I changed to this is I added like a 1/4 of an inch onto the end here and just extended it by 1/4 of an inch, just because I wanted it to meet up when I folded it. So making a pocket out of this rather than an envelope. Okay, so that's what I did there. I'll show you what I mean now so you can see with the template. So I took this background paper, and as you can see, I have put it on like that, traced around it, and it's a 1/4 of an inch here that I've extended it. Okay, so that's what I've done. And then folded along those lines like that all the way. This is going to be the flap. We're going to put attach it with this. And now you can see that where before your piece here would come up to there, this is going all the way to the top. All right, so that's what I've done. Now what I want to do now is I want to just take the glue, keep the flap to the right, and the one at the top here, we're going to stick that down. Okay, and then we are going to put glue on this one, on the top of this one, not underneath, and we're going to run a bead of glue down here. All right, just like that. There we go. So we've now made a nice little pocket. Okie dokie. And then just put some ink on there and on the sides like that. Gosh, it's really cold today. I'm cold. I have got the heating on. I didn't have it on this morning, and I think it's because I was rushing around, but I have got it on now. Right, so we've got our little pocket over there, look. Yeah, and our little flap. Right, now what I've done now is I've taken my altered book page. All right, so I don't know if I've got the other piece of it here. Yeah, I think so. So it was this piece like that with a snowman, and I've cut it so that I can use this bit. So this measures, you want it really a 1/4 of an inch narrower than your envelope, so it's about just short of 3.5 inches. So 3 3/8 of an inch, and in centimeters that's 8.5, and then I've cut it this way 13 centimeters or 5 inches really, and I've just taken a little bit there and folded it over. We're going to make a little pocket with this. So there we go, little pocket there. I'm going to get that stuck on the top there. So this one we're doing slightly different to the other one. The other one didn't have a pocket, it was just a straight envelope, but because this was a background paper, I thought, well, why not put something on the front, and then they're different. So I'm going to just get some glue on this one. Okay, and then getting it pretty low down just so that you've got room for your tag to go in there, or whatever it is that you want to put on there. Right. A little bit of trim and a little sentiment, joy. These come from the bundles in my shop. I still got a couple of bundles if you guys are interested at really good prices. Go and take a look at those. I'm hoping to clear out everything so that I can start the year anew. And I am working on another kit. I'm hoping to get it done this month, but yeah, if I don't, I don't, you know, but I'm trying my best. It's a gorgeous one as well, so I don't want to rush it. We'll just, oh, I can have that straight across actually. Let's do that straight across. That finishes that off, and then I've just got Joy, and I wanted to put that, should we put it here? Right, so that's the front of that little envelope done, and then on the back I've got a couple of bits, I've just clipped them together. So again, I've been looking at all the scraps in my tray, so I've taken some red and I want to stick the green on top of it, so it's just a little bit of red peeking through, and also it just strengthens the paper, doesn't it? I'm going to give you some measurements for this in a minute. Right, so the green one is like 1 7/8 of an inch wide, and the red one is 2 inches wide. Okay, and this will be the width of your envelope. Okay, so we're going to make just like a little crossover belly band thingy there. Yeah, so let's get that stuck down. Gosh, I'm really need to top up all the glues today, that's for sure. Okay, so we'll get that on there like this, and we'll go for it just here. Okay, there we go. So we just got that nice belly band going across the middle there, and then again I've just got some little bits, scrappy bits that I wanted just to decorate. So we're going to go with this in the middle because it's Christmas and you want decoration galore, don't we? So we'll put that on like that. There we go. And then I wanted just a pop of red, but this red is all I had, so I need to cut it in half because this is going to go over the top. So I'm going to put this little snow, what do you call it? Snow globes, that's the one. I'm going to put that there, so we're going to stick it at each end. Plenty glue. And then we can just get that in the middle. Right, so I'll just hold that for a minute while it's doing its setting thing here. Yeah, how cute does that all look? It does look cute. Right, so we've got that there, we've got that pocket there, we've got this tag that I'm going to put in over here. Yeah, we're going to put in this card over here. I'm not putting too much in here, and then this card as well will go into the top of the pocket that we made at the back here. And you can see it's those little girls, so that piece of paper had a lot to offer. So how cute is this? This is cute, and it's going to be a little flip out. Yeah, so we can grab this piece of paper now and we're going to stick it on over there. Right, so we're going to just take this envelope and tuck it over this side of the paper. Now just bear in mind where your tag is, so that can go up just a little bit. Yeah, get that down and just get this straight before you glue it. All right, and then I'm going to just take my glue again, and I want to just get it over the edge here. Right, probably easier just to lift it up so you can see where it needs to fall. I got some lace or something stuck in there. Right, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then on this side, what we want to do is we're going to make a little flap here. All right, so we're going to make it. I've just taken this long piece of paper. Won't need to do that, just the bottom really, and the side. This will be my edge because it's got a nice clean edge. All right, so we're going to do that, and then I've got 3 little scrappy bits that I've made into little rectangles really, and we're going to start at the top and we're going to stick that there. So let's just get out the distress ink a little bit. I could have done this before really. Well, you know, can't do everything. I'll try my best to prepare everything as much as I can, but there's inevitably something I don't end up doing, but it's all good. Right, so I'm going to stick them down just in the order of things. So we will get this at the top, and I'm going to not make it too much wider than this piece of paper, so it will go over the edge slightly. All right, so let's just get this on there, and then I can see afterwards where I need to. So you can see I'm trying to keep that as smooth as possible. This will go slightly wider, and that's okay. All right, just wipe off any glue. Yeah, happy with that. And then it's just really a case of putting on your little trim bit. So we'll get that on. This little trim, which is just a bit of fussy cut. All right, and then the last little bit is just this, good tidings of comfort and joy. Okay, and that's it. So now we are going to just put this on like that, and I'm going to just stick it on 3 sides. So I'm going to put lots of glue at the top here, and then it's on the side. And there you have it. All right, and then the last little piece to go in here will be this piece, warmest wishes for Christmas. So that's going to go in there, and that's everything that we have. So here's the one that we did with this, with the flip out over there. You could put a pocket under there if you wanted to. You've got your little pocket with your little insert over there, with another little pocket over there, this little tuck spot over there, and on the back we've got this one, little envelope flip out with a little belly band. It's got a little pocket over here and a pocket over there. How cute is all of that? Right, that was quite a work, wasn't it? So now we can bring that back, and that can go into our journal, but I think I will put that in there as soon as I have finished here. All right, everyone, I hope that you've enjoyed that. Take good care of yourselves this weekend. If you haven't already popped over to my website shop, I have got some further markdowns there. So pop on over and grab yourself an absolute bargain. And yeah, keep tuned. I'll keep you informed as how we're going with the new kit. But I've still got 1 or 2 things that I want to do for this journal and show you a flip through before the end of December. All right, everyone, stay well. See you soon. Ciao.